In an age of convenience, we have built temples to fitness, cathedrals of chrome and steel, filled with machines that promise a better body with minimal effort. But what if the path to true, functional, explosive power wasn't found in a machine? What if it was forged in a small, hot garage with a few simple tools and an insane level of dedication? Bruce Lee's personal training regimens were so far ahead of their time, so brutally effective, that they were whispered about, often dismissed, as too extreme, too dangerous, forbidden. But were they reckless? Or were they simply right? This is a forensic investigation into the science behind Bruce Lee's forbidden training methods, and why modern athletics is only now catching up to the genius of a man who trained. Like a volcano, to understand Bruce Lee's methods, we must first shatter the image of the mindless martial artist. Bruce Lee was, first and foremost, a scientist. His laboratory was his body. His experiments were in kinesiology and neurophysiology. He devoured textbooks on anatomy, studying the works of bodybuilding pioneers like Eugene Sandow and the principles of Western boxing. He was obsessed with one question: what is the most efficient way to generate maximum force? He didn't believe in tradition for tradition's sake. If an exercise didn't have a direct, applicable purpose for combat, he discarded it. This ruthless pragmatism led him to develop a set of core training principles that flew in the face of conventional wisdom. He wasn't building a bodybuilder's physique for show. He was engineering a fighter's body for go. The 1-inch punch is his most famous party trick, but to dismiss it as a trick is to miss the point entirely. It is a masterclass in applied physics, a perfect demonstration of kinetic linking, or the sequential activation of body segments to produce maximum force. Power doesn't come from his arm. The arm is merely the bullet, the body is the gun. It starts with a pulse of energy from the legs, driving into the ground. This force is amplified by a rapid rotation of the hips, the body's powerhouse. The stable core then transfers this energy up through the back and into the shoulder, which acts as a final accelerator before the fist launches forward. The entire sequence takes milliseconds. This method trains the nervous system's ability to recruit muscle fibers in a perfectly synchronized cascade. It's not about muscle size, it's about muscle timing. This isn't esoteric knowledge anymore. Today, every competent boxing and MMA coach teaches this exact principle. They just call it generating power from the hips or planting your feet. Bruce Lee was simply the first to deconstruct it into a drillable, repeatable science, isolating the specific mechanics of total body power generation. If the 1-inch punch is about generating power, the dragon flag is about containing it. Most core exercises are isolation movement scrunches, leg raises that work one section of the abdominal wall. But the body doesn't work in isolation. In a punch, a kick, a throw, or a lift, the entire core ebbs, obliques, lower back, hip, flexors and glutes must fire together as a single, solid unit to transfer force and protect the spine. Dragon flag is the ultimate expression of integrated core strength. It forces every muscle from your armpits to your knees to engage isometrically to prevent your body from collapsing. It builds a protective armor around your spine and creates a stable foundation for powerful limb movement. It was forbidden because it is brutally, soul-crushingly difficult. It requires a level of strength and neural connection that few possess. But for those who master it, it unlocks a tier of physical performance that crunches can never touch. We see this principle everywhere in elite athletics today. Gymnastics, rock climbing, footballini discipline that requires the body to act as a single, rigid unit under load uses variations of this same concept. Bruce Lee was just using a different tool to achieve the same physiological effect. Third pillar of his forbidden training was his approach to conditioning. In the 1970s, the dogma was long, slow, steady-state cardio, jogging for miles. Bruce Lee found this useless for a fighter. A fight is not a marathon. It is a series of explosive sprints, a flurry of action, a moment of recovery, then another explosion. He instinctively trained for this reality, becoming an unwitting pioneer of high-intensity interval training, HIIT. His workouts were structured around intervals, maximum effort for short periods, followed by brief, active recovery. This doesn't just build cardiovascular endurance. It trains the body to clear lactic acid faster. It increases the VO2 max more efficiently than steady-state cardio. And perhaps most importantly, it forges mental toughness. It teaches you to become comfortable with extreme discomfort, to push past the point where your brain is screaming at you to stop. So, was Bruce Lee a fanatic? Or was he a prophet? The verdict is delivered not by us, but by the entire world of modern high performance. His methods seemed forbidden because they were so far ahead of their time. They weren't reckless, they were simply correct. He understood that true strength isn't about isolating muscles, it's about connecting them. That power isn't about size, it's about speed and coordination. That endurance isn't about pacing yourself, it's about how fast you can recover. He saw the human body as a dynamic, interconnected system, and he developed the tools to optimize it. The forbidden part was never the knowledge. It was the immense, terrifying effort required to implement it. His philosophy was to be like water, adaptable, formless, flowing. But his training philosophy was its necessary counterpart, to be like a diamond, forged under pressure, precise, and unbreakable. He gave us the blueprint not just for how to think, but for how to build the instrument that does the thinking. The tools are there. The methods are proven. The only thing that remains is the will